an American who introduced me to another American. True story, listen to this. And the gentleman said to me, he said, I would introduce you to someone. And then, of course, I went there, met this person, and he said to me, why is it that Nigerians are the problems of Nigerians? And so I asked him why that statement. Obviously, the moment you say you're a Nigerian abroad, there's that extra microscope looking at you. And of course, he explained to me, he said he's a photojournalist. He visited Nigeria for the first time in that same year, 2017. And he was privileged to visit a few states in Nigeria, and he had just returned. He said to me that every single Nigerian he met told him to be careful of the next Nigerian. He said to me that Nigerians do not speak positive about Nigeria. As terrible as America can be, the only thing you hear from the mouth of an American is God bless America. And so today, we're here gathered, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to discuss what is left of this our dear nation. I believe that Nigeria is a great nation. I believe that Nigeria is a blessed nation. I believe that you and I can together make this country a better place. We'll enjoy it instead of the Japa syndrome that we are here facing in Nigeria. My name is Alex Osho. It is my singular honor and privilege to be your host for today's occasion. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, please help me put your hands together for yourselves for making our time to be with us, doing like you truly mean it. It says a town hall symposium with 2023 Lagos State gubernatorial candidates. Of course, we know we have different candidates. Of course, we know that at the end of the day, like we say, we vote our conscience and we vote right. We cannot afford to get it wrong in 2023. Joining me, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together for Mr. Olufemi Oshuntoke. Mr. Femi, where are you, sir? I'm told that's your HOD. People are not even celebrating himself. What's going on? Let's quickly recognize the dignitaries in our midst and bring them to the top table. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
My spear was at there. Don't put it inside there.
Yeah. Enter the trouble.
Okay. Thank you very much. Don't mind me. Yeah. Okay. All right. We are appreciating God in our lives for the privilege, and now we are going to kick off exactly or the reason or the essence why we are there. You know, when you are doing something, you need to ensure collaboration, just to make sure that that thing goes the way it's supposed to go. Yes. The first person I will call on, who is also will be representing Barrister Femi Falana, is the Lagos State Chairman Committee for Defense of Human Rights. Our please let us welcome Comrade Kehinde Adeoye.
Comrade Adeoye, please, over to you.
Over to the top. He's also an alumni of this institution. Welcome back home. You're welcome. Yes. And yes, up to
please. Thank you.
Sorry, sir. And also representing the CP, that's Commissioner of Police for Lagos State, is Assistant Commissioner of Police, Operational Department, Lagos State. He's calling AC Ops. I wouldn't know whether he's around, because I saw the convoy.
Okay. It's on his way.
Okay. It's coming into. Okay. Thank you very much. And also here, I want to also recognize the press who are from different media organizations, both Guardian and some other stations. So we are highly welcome from also Chadwick FM Radio and other colleagues from that angle. We are highly welcome to our midst. And also the Lagos Press are also welcome. Thank you for coming. And also I want to
appreciate the presence of some of our lecturers here, the HOD Mass Communication, Mr. Mike Osuchi. You are highly appreciated. And also in our midst is the gubernatorial candidate for NNPP, Lagos State, that's Otumba Lanre Jim Kamal, and his lovely wife. You're highly welcome.
Highly welcome. Please.
You're highly welcome, sir.
Sir, please.
Can you just
Sir, please,
come
you're
up majestically and thank you.
Thank you.
I mean, you have no choice. You have to follow.
Celebrate it, please. Celebrate it.
Let's appreciate it. Let's appreciate that. Thank you for coming. Thank you. Yes, I'm trying to
Not forget anyone.
carefully so that I won't march on toes before I call the man with due respect, I'm also removing my cap. Is there any other lecturer or other staff of this great institute in our midst? If there's no one, I'll also use the medium to also appreciate everybody seated. And also, I'll also call on the... Okay, I was just being told that I think the man is around, but no point. We will do that. I also want to appreciate the presence of the provost of this great institution, Nigerian Institute of Journalism, Mr. Benga Adefaye. You are highly welcome, sir. I'm very sure. You know, the Nigerian factor is ever present, and that's one of the things. But let's appreciate it because in his entire schedule, he still found a way to come and embrace his children, hoping that something good will ever come out of us. Thank you very much, sir.
So, yeah. Mr. Okwemi, I think we are making a great mistake. There are a set of people you have not recognized. They are the most important people in this nation. The greatest youth of this nation. The greatest youth of this nation. Even though they are not celebrating themselves. The greatest youth of this nation. If we remove them from this hall, this place will be completely empty. Celebrate yourselves. Celebrate yourselves. Celebrate yourselves. Thank you so much.
I don't like what you are doing. You know, I've already appreciated them. I call them digital communicators. And I think they will appreciate that more. Maybe that one is too formal. Okay, no problem. Okay, the greatest youth. Let me see your hands and let's say, wow! So as we were talking and the representative of the CP just came in and is the Assistant Commissioner of Police, Operational Department, Lagos State.
Okay.
They call him AC Ops.
Mr. Odubono, right?
Odubono.
Please celebrate the community Assistant Commissioner of Police.
Please celebrate Mr. Odubono. Please, let's celebrate Mr. Odubono. He's representing Commissioner of Police, Lagos State. Thank you very much. Now we are going to move to the welcome address, and as the event unfolds, we'll appreciate. But before we do that, we need to give honor to whom honor is due. So I will call on Sheikh Ahmed to give us the opening prayer. I mean, thank God for her life. I will appreciate that effort in her as she's coming to the front to give the opening prayer.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Please let's be on our feet even as we pray to God. Father, in Jesus' name, in the mighty name of Jesus, our Lord and Creator, we want to say thank you for this wonderful day. Thank you for the opportunity you've given us to be living souls to gather here, even to partake in this symposium. Lord, we ask that everything that we discuss will be to the glory of your name in the name of Jesus. And to all our dignitaries that have come from far and wide, they shall go back to their destinations with joy in the name of Jesus. Thank you, Father, because we are going to preside over this meeting.
Thank you, Lord.
In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen.
Amen. As we remain standing, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let's take the second stanza of the Nigerian national anthem.
I trust my people, we all know it.
Second stanza of the Nigerian national anthem. 1, 2, go.
Put your hands together for yourselves. Even those of you that were just singing, clap for yourself too.
See, I was looking at his mouth. When I was going to make a mistake.
Anyway, on this note, ladies and gentlemen, let's quickly hand over the microphone to a great person who has been chosen to give the welcome address at this symposium. Please help me celebrate with a resounding round of applause the Provost, Mr. Benga Adifaye. A round of applause for him. Do not stop clapping, do not stop clapping, do not stop clapping, celebrating. Thank you so much.
It's always good to have a manager in every organization. That must be a structure, so that organization will not collapse. And thank God for him, for the efforts, the frantic efforts he has been putting to ensure this place stand. And we would like him to kickstart the program. And also just coming in as we are with the presence of our provost, the Deputy Provost of Nigerian Institute of Journalism, Dr. Dele Omojuibe.
Dr. Dele Omojuibe.
Yes. You need to be careful today with your grammar. But be very careful. You speak impeccable English. You're welcome, sir.
Very, very distinguished guests, invitees, particularly the people on the responsibility table. Not just I, responsibility, because they've been doing one or two things for us, doing one or two things for us, and particular about the NPP gubernatorial candidate. He didn't put chief, he just put what he made it. He just put Larry Sibilawa. Is it chief? Chief Otumba Larry Chief Kamal, who is the gubernatorial candidate of NPP and what? The representative of your cabinet.
Let's clap.
The representative of the Commissioner of Police, ACP Odugona, and our comrades. Comrades are always comrades. Comrades are doing right. Yes, representing comrades. And a lot of this institution representing comrade FFK. Right. Our colleagues of the media who are here. And particularly three that met him for the first time, the man from Traffic Radio. That's the only station I listen to, but it takes me through Lagos.
Wow, that's a plus.
And then the Deputy Provost of NIJ, distinguished heads of department and academics, their colleagues, young journalists in training, and particularly the team at the PENRADIO who are doing this for effect. And I'm thrilled, really, because because they are doing this program is anchored by our own online personality that hosts societal concern. Oluwayomi, Oluwapelumi, Jegede Reshi. A round of applause. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to welcome you to this occasion. I'm not to seize the podium to make long speeches, but I'm thrilled that societal concern is living up to its name, working with NIJ to raise consciousness about our civic duty and responsibility. It's pleasing that this is happening at NIJ, that very early in the life of some of our younger ones there, they are fully appreciative of the constitutional responsibilities that will be imposed on them when they live here, to hold the government accountable to the people, to rouse consciousness, especially for civic responsibility. I think they deserve a round of applause. I'm here to participate in this symposium, to enjoy it, and I come to work from elsewhere. Today, I'm just going to leave our experts to speak to us about Nigeria, about our consciousness, about our civic responsibility. And then, I hope at the end of it all, we'll all be better for it. So, ladies and gentlemen, please sit back and enjoy yourself while we have this great symposium. Thank you and good morning.
Thank you so much. You can do better than that, ladies and gentlemen, celebrating.
Can do better than that. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. A vision is given to one and everyone runs with it with understanding. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, this lady decided that she was going to do this. And of course, she has gathered every single one of us here. Please help me celebrate our host, Mrs. Oluwayomi Oluwapelumi Jegede QP, as she comes to give us a goodwill message. Celebrate her, celebrate her. Where is she?
Celebrate her, please. This is your own, is one of us.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate this. My provost, the deputy provost of NIJ, the committee, the ACP, I greet you this morning, sir. ACP Oludotun Odumbono, representing the Commissioner of Police, Lagos State, and Barrister Femi Falana in absentia, represented by the Commander, Comrade Kende. I greet you this morning, sir. Thank you for coming. And all Lagos State gubernatorial candidates. I think present now we have the NNPP candidate present. Chief, I greet you this morning, sir. Otumba Larry Kamal, Jim Kamal, I greet you, sir. And ma'am, I greet you this morning. Thank you for honoring us. My lecturers, I greet you this morning, distinguished head of departments, Nigerian Bar Association represented, my dear colleagues, Nigerian students, I recognize you all. Great Nigerian students. Ever articulate Nigerian students. I respect you. I greet you all this morning. Gentlemen of the press, thank you for coming this morning. And I just have little words. I just want to make the statement because indeed it is a pleasure to host this program today, Societal Concern Symposium, on the platform of PENRADIO, a community radio station owned by the Nigerian Institute of Journalism. Societal Concern is a youth-centered program, and the motive is to stimulate societal renewal and reorientation, redirecting young Nigerian citizens towards a better community, growth, and national development. Good governance is the key to a nation's progress, no doubt. And our expectation as citizens is to have a government that is committed to providing a transparent and accountable administration that can work for the betterment and welfare of common citizens. This event comes at a time of renewal of power and vigor. Let us use this opportunity to address the country's long-standing governance challenges. We hope to draw on your experience. That is why we have brought in different people from different organizations to talk about this theme. And the theme remains Nigerian Exhale, a clarion call for good governance. The Resident Electoral Commissioner, I believe will soon be here, will be here to speak on their improvements towards the election, the improvement of the commission as we go to the poll. We hope to go and make our votes count. The Commissioner of Police, ably represented here, will be here, is also here to speak on the security of citizens during the election. I also know that by this August Assembly, even though it is the first day of the month of February, all our genuine questions will gladly be answered by our dynamic leaders. Finally, I want to thank the school authority for this platform. I want to thank the commissioner for sending representative. I also want to thank Lasena Water for doing this for us. You are wonderful. Thank you. And also for all our online viewers, all our netizens, organizations and representatives, all our friends and supporters. Importantly, the SRC, Student Representative Council, all Nigerian student representatives, I really want to say thank you. I know that we shall all benefit from this event before we depart. My name remains Oluwayomi Oluwapelumi Jegede, quintessential polymath. Societal concern, let's get better together. If I say societal concern, you should respond, let's get better together. Societal concern.
Let's get better together.
Thank you all.
So the program is about societal issue. So that's what the program is all about, and they're trying to ensure, and that is what brought up what we are doing today. And let's straight to, because time is fast moving, and we need to be progressive, isn't it? Thank you. Very fast. I added it very, very. So we are going to call on
the representative
of Barrister Femi Falana's son, that is Comrade Kehinde Adeoye, Lagos State Chairman Committee for Defense of Human Rights. Can we come on the opium?
Please celebrate him, ladies and gentlemen.
Comrade Kehinde Adeoye.
Comrade Kehinde Adeoye.
And he's going to talk on the Excel clarion call for the good governance, because we've been yearning for it for a very long time. And from his own view, what good governance is all about, he's going to share with us. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Greatest Nigerian people. Greatest Nigerian students. And the greatest of the greatest and the greatest and the greatest Nigerian people. Greatest Gbogbo. Greatest Gbagba. Greatest Gbigbi. Greatest Shiwon. Shiwon Tawon. Thank you very much. I am Comrade Kehinde Adeoye, currently the Lagos State Chairman, Committee for the Defense of Human Rights, one of the foremost human rights organizations in this country. CDHR, my right is my right is my right. My right is my right. Fellow compatriots, I bring greetings from Barrister Femi Falana, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, a human rights crusader. He would have been here, but as the message got to him, he already fixed. In fact, as we speak now, he's in court. He has a court case to which he has committed himself. And then he now called on me just about 2 days ago in my capacity as the state chairman that I should please represent him, that I should extend his greetings to the organizers and all the dignitaries here, that he would have loved to be here, but because of that commitment in the court, that is why he's not here. So we take it to mean that Barrister Femi Falana is here. Secondly, my being here today is like homecoming, because NIJ happens to be my alma mater. I was here 1993 to 1995. This was where I obtained my postgraduate diploma in public relations. That was the time I think Chief Dayo Duile was the director. As at that time, it was director. And we had the likes of Mr. Jimmy Kayode and some other lecturers. So to me, it is like homecoming. So as a product of NIJ, let me quickly use this medium before I go ahead to pay tribute to the memory of a great Nigerian, someone we can refer to as the father of good governance. In the person, this person also happens to be a veteran journalist. He's no more on this side of where we are. I'm talking of no other person than the first executive governor of Lagos State, Alhaji Lateef Kayode Jakonde. And if I will not be stepping out of my bounds, I may want to say that for two reasons. We are talking about good governance here. Alhaji Lateef Jakonde can be said to be the father of good governance. Go to anywhere in Lagos State today, you see names of Jakonde Estate, Jakonde Bus Stop. In other words, Alhaji Lateef Jakonde has been immortalized as a result of good governance. And if it will not be out of place, the chairman of the occasion, that we should please observe a minute silence for Alhaji Lateef Jakonde in respect of the fact that he was the father or founder, so to speak, of NIG and also the father of good governance in Nigeria.
A moment of silence, ladies and gentlemen.
And may the gentle soul of Alhaji Lateef Kayode Jakonde continue to rest in power. Yes, thank you very much. We need to give honor to whom honor is due. Now, coming to the issue at stake, the topic before me this morning, like I said, I'm representing Barrister Femi Falana, Senior Advocate of Nigeria, and you please permit me to speak as an activist. Barrister Femi Falana is a lawyer. So if he had wanted to speak as a lawyer, he could probably have said, let a lawyer represent him. But he said, I should represent him. And I'm sure if he were to be here, he would also speak as an activist. Thank you very much. So we are saying that Nigeria exhale a clarion call for good governance. There are three words there, or do I say three phrases in that topic that readily what we want to look at. Nigeria exhale a clarion call, good governance. When we say Nigeria exhale, in other words, Nigeria speaks. Nigeria has to voice out certain things. In fact, hitherto, it is Nigerians that have been speaking. But as at now, it has got to a stage that we are saying that there is a clear demand by Nigeria that we want good governance, that things have not been the way it has been, and definitely we want it to go the way it should be. So that if we are talking about good governance, it means there could be bad governance. Now Nigeria speak. The other part of it, a clarion call. When we say a clarion call, what do we mean? A call for action. And this reminds me of those days when I was a copper. As a youth corps member, there is a song we used to sing at the orientation camp. We used to say, youths obey the clarion call. Let us lift our nation high, under the sun or in the rain, with dedication and selflessness. Nigeria is ours, Nigeria we serve. That was about 30-something years ago when I was a copper in 1990. So, fellow compatriots, there's a call, a clarion call, which we must obey. And that is to come here to discuss, to move our nation forward. It is a responsibility that we have to take with all level of patriotism. And again, when we talk about good governance, conduct of the affairs of the state, in other words, we have a government that is a group of people that should carry out certain things. But when we talk about governance, the conduct of affairs of the people. So this time around, as the topic suggests, it is not just Nigerians that are speaking. Nigeria itself is speaking. We all know the situation in the country now. And that is as a result of the fact that we have a feeling that things are not going the way it should go. And so, on this note, we want to recall that we have some notable Nigerians. Remember I said, I want to speak as an activist, who have in the past fought for good governance. They some laid down their lives that in Nigeria, come what may, good governance should be the key. Please permit me to mention the name of a former human rights crusader in Nigeria we all know, Chief Gani Fawemi. In fact, Chief Gani Fawemi happened to be my mentor. I was mentored by Chief Gani Fawemi and tutored by Barrister Femi Falana. And Gani Fawemi laid down his life. He was imprisoned. He went to jail, casual prison, just prison, not for any other reason, because he was fighting for good governance. I want to say that if Chief had been around, some of us don't say he's alive because we believe philosophically that Chief Gani Fawemi is alive. That's why we don't put late before his name. Because a Gani Fawemi never dies. Because his spirit continues to live. He fought for good governance and said that Nigerians deserve a better life. Also, Dr. Beko Ransom Kuti, the first national president of Committee for the Defense of Human Rights, he was at a rally fighting for good governance. And then, he said he did not mind despite his health situation. Dr. Beko Ransom Kuti was tear gassed, yet he was revived, but he was resuscitated, but at the end of it all, he could not survive it. That is to say that to have good governance, we must be prepared to fight, and to fight we shall do, so as to ensure that that good governance is what you and I are supposed to have. Chief Gani Fawemi was arrested several times. He was detained, passport seized, and at the time, while we were discussing, because I happened to be a member of Gani Fawemi Solidarity Movement, just like we're having fuel scarcity and increase in the pump price of fuel, Chief said, it is not about him. That if a liter of fuel is sold for 1,000 naira, he could afford it. What about the masses? How many people could afford it? So that was somebody who wanted good governance for Nigerians. And I'm sure a lot of Nigerians will have missed Chief Gani Fawemi. But even though Gani Fawemi is gone, there are so many other Gani Fawemis that will continue the battle until we have good governance in Nigeria. And so, patriots, these patriotic Nigerians were agitating for good governance. And now there's a demand. Nigerians exile. We want to speak out. We want to say our mind. We are saying that let there be this clarion call for good governance. Enough is enough. We want to have a situation whereby we can be proud that we are Nigerians. But see, the situation right now does not call for it. I remember 1989, when I was in Benin as a copper. Whenever I was going to Benin, from Ojota to Iyaro in Benin, I paid 20 naira, air-conditioned bus. 20 naira. I didn't say 200, 20 naira. Whenever I was coming back to Lagos, from Iyaro to Lagos to Ojota, I would pay 15 naira, not 50, 15 naira. Can you imagine what the situation is today? And as at that time, a copper was any 250 naira. Even now, as a copper any 33,000 naira, the economic strangulation can still not be possible for him or her to survive. where did we get it wrong? And so this clarion call for good governance, I want to thank the organizers that it is the right step in the right direction. So that as we look forward, we'll be able to know where to take our feet to, so that we can actually get it right this time around. Now, when we talk about good governance, we all know the situation like we said. There are three key factors that we have to look at. If we say Nigeria now speaks, and we are saying now that there's a clarion call, we want good governance. Number one is the issue of insecurity. We all know, and I'm happy the representative of the CP is here, they will, broach that subject matter very well. There's no good governance can be feasible if there's insecurity. All of us are aware of what is happening now. We don't even need to speak much about it. The issue that happened on 25th of December, Barrister Bolande Karim is a case in point. The matter is in court, so we won't deliberate on that. What about the case of a 22-year-old fashion designer, Oluwabamishi Ayanwola, who was murdered in a government vehicle? What do we say about that? Insecurity. So all these issues need to be nipped in the bud. It is when the situation is secured, good governance will be a reality. Then, like we're also saying, that according to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Chapter 4, the whole of Chapter 4 talks about fundamental human rights. Section 33, subsection 1, talks about rights to life. And when we're talking about all the rights, right to life is number one right. And the section says that no person or group of persons has any right to take another person's life. And anyone who does, the penalty is there. And so we are calling on the government of the day to do something concerning security so that we can have good governance that all of us are yearning for. Also in the same Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Chapter 2, Section 14b, it says, and I quote, "The security and welfare of the people shall be the primary purpose of government." So it is a responsibility of government to ensure the security of lives and properties. If the situation is getting out of hand, we know definitely that the police need a lot of information, a lot of support to be necessary. But let us take it home right today now that it is the responsibility of government, and that is why we are saying if we want good governance, then it means security has to be something we must take very, very seriously. Also, what about the economic strangulation currently we are going through now? The economic situation in the country, look at scarcity of fuel. In fact, it is so amazing that Nigeria, that is regarded as the 6th oil-producing country of the world, can now, and God has blessed us with crude oil, we now have to export it and now bring back refined oil. What has happened to our refineries? All these are what we bring about good governance. So this clarion call is to the government to ensure that the refineries are working, so that there will be no point taking crude oil outside, refining it and bringing it back to us. So all this is what has led, and you know that there is nobody that will not need one way or the other. The issue of fuel, it has affected almost every other thing. So economic strangulation, we need to nip it in the bud to ensure good governance. This is a clarion call. And now lastly, and about the most important, and I'm sure part of why we are gathered here, political intolerance. A few weeks from now, we shall be going into elections. Good governance. All of us have agreed and we have known that military rule is an aberration. So we don't have option other than democracy. Now, when we are not talking about democracy, political associations will now come into play. Has there been any form of political intolerance? If that is the case, we also have to address it so as to have good governance in a democratic system of government. How prepared are we to vote? And to vote in right leaders? Because there are so many vices in the country now. And permit me at this stage to quote one of the words of Chief Gani Fahimi. Chief Gani Fahimi once said, and I quote, "There is too much congenital injustice." I repeat, there is too much congenital injustice political intolerance in the country today. Until these vices of governance are uprooted from the country, harassment or even threat of assassination will not determine from the people's cause. End of quote by Chief Gani Fahimi. This is to say that this is an ongoing battle. He said it so many years ago, and now the situation has not even changed. And somebody was saying the last time, January 15, when we were at Nigeria Airport Hotel, to remember Fahimi January 15, that what he said then, the situation has not changed. So it is for you and I to rise up and take our country to the next level. Political intolerance, like we are talking about good governance, bad governance. And the question now is, we have a role to play. I wouldn't know if we are saying that we want good governance. Your responsibility, my responsibility. How many of us have obtained our PVC? This is the power we use now. When I was discussing with a fellow activist, he was telling me, can we have revolution? I said this time around, we need revolution, but revolution through the ballot box. So that we vote in those we consider the right leaders that will take us to the promised land. And I used to tell somebody, if you do not vote in an election, you do, as long as you are 18 and above, you do not have the moral right, you don't even have the constitutional right to challenge whoever is there and is not performing. Hello? Am I communicating? If you do not vote in an election, in fact, you are a contributor to bad governance. Yes. And I'll prove it. If, for example, A is a bad candidate, and in an election is going to have 10 votes, B that is good is having 9, and there are 2 or 3 people who know that B is a better candidate. If they have voted, they will have voted for B. B will have won, and we shall have good governance. But those people decided not to vote, and they allow A that is a bad candidate to win the election. Have they not contributed to bad governance? So it is incumbent on us to ensure that we cast our vote for the candidate of our choice. And I used to tell people, it does not matter whether the candidate you vote for is the one that wins or not. As long as you have voted for the candidate of your choice, then you can challenge whoever is there. Mr. President, you are not performing. Mr. Governor, this was not why we voted you. Because you have voted. But if you have not voted, you do not have any right to challenge whoever is there. Because you have equally contributed to bad governance. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are saying now that we need to really sensitize ourselves. And at this juncture, the representative of INEC, this is why we are calling them INEC, to ensure a level playing field for all candidates in Committee for the Defense of Human Rights, just like in any other civil society organization, we believe in fairness and justice. Let there be a level playing field for all the contestants so that people can freely choose who they want. So that at the end of the day, we shall have good governance that we are all agitating for. Now, I also want to charge that after the election, even if it does not win, there's always another opportunity. We all remember Abraham Lincoln, that American president who contested the election 10 times. Senate, House of Commons, and at the 11th attempt, he became the president of the United States of America. So, 4 years is not eternity. We don't need to employ violence. This is what we need, our PVC, to choose the right candidate. And then as I round off, I want to also call on our fellow colleagues, those of the pen profession. First, I am regarded as the 4th estate of the realm. And so we have that responsibility to do. In a democratic system, we have the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. The press is the 1st estate of the realm. And we need to do our job so that at the end of the day, we shall have contributed to good governance. And then the civil society also, according to the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, Geneva 1948, the civil society is regarded as a pillar of democracy. And that is why we have to play that role of democracy, that whenever we see what is not right, we speak out. No matter whose all is God. So that at the end of the day, what we want is good governance, and that's why we are making this clarion call. So that when we have free, fair, and credible election, Nigerians will be better for it. And then on the last note, January 15, like I was saying, when we have feminism, someone was saying as a contributor that it is possible to have free election, but fair and credible election may not be possible. And question was that, how? that if the right person is not voted for, if there's violence, then all these things will continue to be a mirage. But our hope is that as INEC does its job, as we go with our PVC to cast our votes, at the end of the day, with sincerity of purpose, we shall have good governance. Remember, one day, it's better to suffer for one day than to suffer for 4 years, so that at the end of the day, we shall get it right, and Nigeria will be the better for it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Please celebrate him, celebrate him, celebrate him. Thank you so much, sir. Okay. Before we call on the next speaker,
yes.
If you know you have your PVC, let's see your hand like this. Only 5 people. Only 5. And you are shouting, hey, eh? You are contributors to bad governance. Aha.
And,
all right, on this note, ladies and gentlemen.
And also before we call on the next speaker, we also have in our presence one of the gubernatorial candidate for NNPP, Ogun State.
Ogun State.
That's we have Comrade Olufemi Achadi Oguntoyinbo. Where are you, sir? Olufemi Achadi Oguntoyinbo. Where are you? Can you?
Ogun
for Ogun State.
Representing Ogun State.
Representing Ogun State.
Omo Ogun Sheya.
You're highly welcome, comrades. You're welcome, sir.
Comrade, welcome, sir.
Thank you so much. This is what we are talking about. Because we are talking about good governance. It's not about the international organizations, the federal, state, or local. Even in our respective domicile, who are we? Are we really performing the primary assistant very well? Have we turned ourselves to lion in the house where you are not reachable? Good governance is quite very, very important. And our comrade just employed us. It will be a disaster, a slap on our face if you are talking and making efforts without going there to vote that faithful days throughout the election, both presidential, gubernatorial, and otherwise, so that you can actually enjoy democracy.
One other thing that gives me joy, ladies and gentlemen, is when I see young people run for position. And so when he was called and I saw him coming, you could see the smile on my face. Those days, we just see the old people saying they are the ones that want to rule us. Anyway, I'm glad that now Nigerians have gotten to wake up and, of course, give the youth a chance. To celebrate the youth of Nigeria with a round of applause once again.
So coming up is the representative of the CP, Police Commissioner, who is going to talk on the security of citizens during the election, is the Assistant Commissioner of Police Operational Department, Lagos State, AC Hobbs.
AC Hobbs. Mr. Odubono. Ladies and gentlemen, please, a round of applause for Mr. Odubono.
You are welcome.
Okay.
So as he was coming, and we also want to use this medium to appreciate the presence of the War Against Indiscipline and National Orientation. Where are we? War Against Indiscipline and National Orientation. Oh, awesome.
Thank you so much.
Yes, you're welcome. Then also, Comrade Tunde Okunade. Are we correct with the pronunciation?
Okunade.
Walik. Okay, you are welcome, sir. Oh, yes. And also one of our principal officer here at the Nigerian Institute of Journalism, the HOD General Studies, Dr. Adeboyeola. Where are you, sir? Oh, awesome. See?
Thank you so much.
Thank you. You're welcome, sir. Yes, sit. You can come up, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Good morning, all. On behalf of the Commissioner of Police, Mr. Alabi Sylvester, been sent just last night to come and represent him. So you pardon me if I don't have the book that is very, very explicit. I had to scribble down some things quickly to be able to make do with the topic that has been given to the Commissioner of Police. That is the security of the citizens during the election. I greet everybody on the high table. You're welcome, and thanks for inviting us. The citizens of this nation, I greet you all. Welcome to the occasion. So let me quickly read out the message of the Commissioner of Police. He said, I consider it a great privilege to be invited for this occasion. That's the Commissioner of Police, to deliver a paper on the topic, the security of citizens during election. On this August occasion of the state of the nation and the concerned voters ahead of the 2023 general election are slated for 25th of February and 11th of March, respectively. The governorship is coming up in this month, 25th. The president is coming up in this month, 25th, with the National House of Assembly, while the governorship is coming up with the State House of Assembly on the 11th of March, respectively. I'm particularly glad that this gathering was intended to be a dialogue that will provide the relevant framework for every stakeholder to actively participate. Furthermore, this summit becomes more compelling as the electioneering process towards the 2023 general elections has been kicked off. The political atmosphere has become charged with political campaigns, rallies, meetings, as it is increasing as the time draws near. The security stakeholders, the major stakeholders involved in organizing, conducting, and ensuring a free and fair election in the country are the INEC, the security agencies led by the Nigerian Police Force when it comes to internal security. Five minutes. Wonderful. I've been given a time frame here, so let me just stop there in reading the address of the Commissioner of Police. Let me quickly go to why we are here. Okay. Security of citizens during election can be broken down into three phases. One is the preparation before the election of security. Two is during the election itself. And the third one is after the election. What is the security going to be? Also, for the elections, before the election, police, being the lead agency when it comes to internal security, ours is to first of all identify all the polling units in all the local governments. We identify all and ensure we start planning ahead. Providing security for the collection of PVCs. I was a little bit embarrassed when they asked those that has a PVC, and we had only just few hands coming up. After all the security that we gave for the collection of the PVCs. Mobilization of manpower to all the polling units. Sourcing collaboration with sister agencies like the Civil Defense, Immigration, Custom, the SSS, the Correctional Services, Fire Services, Road Safety, NDLEA, and of course the military. We get collaboration for manpower support from all these agencies that have been mentioned. Trainings that are being conducted by INEC and representatives of all the agencies that have been mentioned have been carried out already, and even organization of workshop by the Commissioner of Police, inviting all the stakeholders, that is the members of the political parties, law enforcement agencies, INEC, and of course the citizens, that is the representative of student unions, different unions, women leaders, and all over were represented during that stakeholders workshop that was organized by the CP. It's part of the preparation before the election. When it's coming towards the election proper, definitely some of the sensitive materials will be coming from Abuja, and straight away they will be going into the CBN, that is Central Bank. And so security at Central Bank is given by the police for the protection of these sensitive materials. And 24 hours before the election proper, such sensitive materials are escorted with armed policemen to the different local governments. That is the INEC, strategically located at different local governments. And these officers will stay all over the night throughout, watching over these sensitive materials. The sensitive material includes the voters, the beavers, the voters' ballot papers, and even some other strategic things that are very sensitive. So during the election proper, the police get involved with the escort of and distribution of the election material, that is the sensitive materials, nearness to the polling units, and also ensure that men that have been earmarked for all the polling units are being posted 24 hours before this period, so that they will stay close to the local government, so that they have easy access to their polling units. Police officers that are posted at the polling units, they don't usually bear arms. But there are other units that bear arms, like patrol vehicles, that will be nearness, strategic positioning of police officers with arms not too far away, strategically placed between different polling units, so that they will be a little bit not too far away from different polling units, so that at the snap of a finger, they can easily respond to any unrest within the area. Also, before elections, policemen are posted at entry and exit points of the Lagos State Command, so as to start checking those that are coming in and are going out. And within another 2 weeks, we'll start strategic posting of armed policemen for stop and search to be checking vehicles that may be suspected of carrying either weapons or anything that may be offensive against the election. So during the election proper, definitely a policeman will be very much around, not only at the polling units, but also around to ensure that people come in, and so ensure that they are enforcing the restriction of movement for that particular day. That's why people are advised to get their polling units to live very close to their polling units, so that there will be no need for them to use vehicles to move to the area. Because during that time there will be restriction of movement. And it is only vehicles that can be used for easy movement of arms, ammunition, and some other dangerous weapons without, being properly detected from far. Our policemen will be at the gates, places that have gates, like the polling unit that have gates. They'll be there to search for weapons from people that want to access to go and do their voting. They will be properly searched and screened with even EOD officers, that is officers that are in charge of anti-bomb, whereby venues of such places will have been screened and taken care of any form of IED. And so the involvement of military will be for the outer perimeter security and moving around also on patrol, because military are always very armed at even the entry and exit points of Lagos State Command. So citizens are well assured that during the election, their security is totally taken care of, and they should not be afraid to go and do their civic responsibility. And of course, after the election, results are escorted to the coalition centers and all the collating centers are provided with enough security throughout the night for calculation and juggling of figures to ensure that all the collations are done without any fear of being attacked throughout whatever hours it takes them. Policemen are already briefed and they will be there 24 hours continuously until results are announced. And so, after election and results are announced, definitely police are still prepared at different levels of enforcement in case there's any unrest as a result of announcement of results. At the area command levels, we have a QRU, that's the quick intervention police officers on standby. At command headquarters, we also have the RRS team, the Rapid Response Unit, and Task Force on ground. And of course, the MOPO unit, that is Mobile Police Force, on ground, on standby. And also the support of the military who are also on standby in case there's any unrest after the election or results have been announced. And also we have policemen earmarked for the protection of tribunals in case it gets to the level whereby parties take cases to tribunals for judgment, or if they are not in tune with the result of the elections. So these are preparations to assure you and ensure that these elections coming up are very, very totally free of any form of criminality, and the citizens are encouraged to go and carry out their civic responsibilities for the days that have been earmarked for elections in Nigeria. And also put in place already, there are strategic crime prevention strategies that have already been put in place even before the elections, because we are aware that those that may be mobilized to disrupt elections, they will be getting around to get logistics and all those things. And so, if crime are to be committed, we are aware that such people, they get involved in drug peddling and drug usage before such crimes are committed. And so, raidings are going on all around black spots and areas that we believe that people are smoking weeds or taking drugs and where they are selling. And we are still reading, and continuous reading is on, so as to have a total of each free elections. And for your information, this concerns all of us. Before crimes can occur, informations must go out. Any crime that must occur at all, there are 4 major factors that are involved. One of it is information, and that concerns you, the citizen. Information concerns you. A lot of you just give out information about yourself on social media. Especially women are the most susceptible to this, what I'm saying right now. They go, they do purchase of some certain things. Before you know it, they're already snapping and putting it and posting it. So the latest jewelry, the latest phones, I don't know why they are giving such information out. You are just telling them that, see, I have a new phone, come and steal it. I have new trinkets, come and take it. And some of you don't know that you are easily giving out information about yourselves. Domestic staff, people get domestic staff without even, checking out their backgrounds and the rest. Such domestic staffs are supposed to be checked thoroughly. Because when you have domestic staffs like drivers, cleaners, people that work with you in the house, your gatesman and the rest, they can easily give out information about you if you don't take proper precautions. Consciousness of your environment is part of what you should be looking out for. What is different in your area? Check the things that are, different, totally different, and be conscious of your environment. This is about information. Then when you think of opportunity, it concerns you also. Before a crime can be committed, there must be an opportunity that must be provided by the person that they want to rob. That is, you create opportunity. One of the ways you create opportunities is by keeping routines. What do I mean by keeping routines? Everybody knows that you go out at this time of the day, you come back at this time of the day. This is your route. You follow this particular area of your road, and you come back this way. Sometimes some people keep late nights. When you keep constant routine, those that want to attack you will study your movement and be able to determine when to attack or when to rob you or whatever crime they want to commit against you. So stop keeping particular routine. Vary your routines. Change. Exposing valuables. Women are also, susceptible to this. We have seen areas whereby women, they leave their bags in cars alone. And in traffic, they display good phones, they display their bags, they display trinkets, some things that are valuable are left, totally cared for on seats. This gives opportunity to those that are, parading themselves, like those ones that are hawking, pretending to be hawking on the roads and the rest. They are just looking out for opportunities to attack people inside their vehicle. This is one of the causes of traffic robberies in Lagos. Stop keeping late nights, as I've said before. Darkness also creates opportunities. In the shade of darkness, if you don't have a proper way of taking charge, especially areas where it is dark, under bridges and the rest, where it is not well illuminated, you should avoid such places. It creates opportunity for marauders. In statistics of crime, we have noticed that during rainy seasons, people tend to sleep even deeper in the night. And because of the noise that rain creates on the roof of your houses, it's hardly you can hear when breaking-ins are being done by these marauders. And so, rainy season also creates opportunity for cover-up for criminality. And so we enjoin people that if you can afford it, have CCTV in your organization, have CCTV around your homes, proper alarms at your home. And you keep emergency number close to your heart. Maybe before you sleep, you put your emergency number as a last call, so that when there's need for you to call, you don't need to start searching for the number before you get it. You just tap it and let it continue to ring. Even keeping the phone somewhere so that even the people receiving the call will be able to be listening and be hearing what is going on the other side. And so that the call can be traced and you can also be rescued. So another one that is needed, another is logistics. Logistics concerns those of us that are law enforcement agency. I've mentioned part of the logistics that criminals seek before they commit offenses or crimes. One of them is drugs, weapons, ammunition, and the rest, and getting members recruited for the nefarious activities. So these are logistics that are usually required and needed. And the last part of a crime factor that, constitutes a crime is escape. How can people escape? It's either you escape through the air, through the water, or through land. And so it's our duty also to ensure that all these areas are sealed. And so we thank Lagos State government for helping us in this area, especially on water. We've been able to get so many gunboats that are, scaring those boys that used to come from water to hit the land and run through the water again. And the air is almost nearly impossible because before you can use helicopter or air to come and do robbery, you must take permission from NCA before you even lift up. So if without proper clearance, if you try it, the Air Force are there to bring down such aircraft or helicopter. And roads are the ones that concern us even more. And the Lagos State government is also helping in that area. The quickest way of escape in Lagos was usually the Okada. Okada can enter any lungu. What I mean by any corner and escape. But now they are being prohibited in some certain areas. Even some areas they have totally been banned. And so that's why crime rate is reducing in Lagos. And so citizens are enjoying to go out, be confident, and make sure they perform their civic duty during elections. Because the security aspect is well taken care of. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for him.
Thank you.
Before we call on the candidates of NNPP, ladies and gentlemen, let's quickly say a big thank you to our sponsors, La Sena Water, and of course, help me celebrate Dr. Jenny Kalu, the head of Medicals OGC Foods and Beverages, as she comes forward to quickly tell us a bit about the benefits of this water in 2 or 3 minutes. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Because of time, all protocols duly observed. Yeah. And students here, you are also my colleagues. I want to say a very big thank you to all of us here. My name's Dr. Kalu Genevieve Obumneke. I am a medical doctor. I trained here in Nigeria to the glory of God. I graduated with a distinction, and I went to Europe, and then I practiced more, and I came back here. I've gotten a lot of international awards. I've been nominated in Nigeria in 2016 as a medical champion for my new innovations in medical practice. And what is my new innovation in medical practice is the La Sena water that is actually standing in front of you. This is the only natural alkaline mineral water in the whole of Africa. This water
Let's appreciate our thing.
This water was actually discovered by chance. Nigeria doesn't even know that such water was existing. It was discovered, by serendipity. It's coming out by itself, very hot, from a depth of 2,000 feet, without any pump. And it's coming with 12 natural minerals. Miraculously, it has a natural pH of 7.7. Wow. Today, we are talking about good governance in Nigeria. We say Nigerians are blessed. We are looking at the oil and every other thing. We are not even looking at our health. Yes. This is the time of election. We are hearing people talking and they are slumping and they are dying. Exactly. We are hearing governorship aspirants who was aspiring to be governor. They are no more. They are dying. What is the problem? WHO have discovered that 30% of Nigerian adult population are already diabetic, pre-diabetic, meaning that 30% of all adults in Nigeria are already pre-diabetic, 30%. And we have about over 8 million Nigerians who are already diabetics. I stand to be corrected as a medical champion that diabetes and most of the sickness we think of, including cancers, is never inheritable. Every inherited gene that causes sickness is a recessive and dormant gene. Even if your father died of cancer and you inherited the gene, it's not supposed to speak in your life. If your father is diabetic, you are not supposed to be diabetic. Medicine has gotten it wrong over 300 years ago. So, you can't say, I inherited diabetes from my father or I inherited diabetes from my mother. Diabetes and hypertension is a disease of your lifestyle. If you watch what you eat and what you drink. In Nigeria, we say water is water. Water is not water. With apology to no big name in Nigeria, this is the only best natural alkaline water you can drink. Why should you drink a natural alkaline water? This is the water that I'm drinking, or you can give me the one someone is drinking. Yes, thank you. I just want to put a drop. This is just an acid indicator. When you test, sorry my dear, shake it. When you test La Sena water, shake it please. When you test La Sena water, can you see? You will get a blue. Can you see? You will get a blue. That is why, meaning that the pH of this water, 7.7 or 7.4, physiologically. There is no water in Nigeria that you will test and you will get a blue. If you test any water and you get this blue, they have added chemicals in the water and it's not good for your body. You can have a cardiac arrest if you're drinking artificial water that is artificial alkaline. Now, I got this water while I was inside this hall. When you test methylated spirits, it will give you this yellow color. Someone is drinking this kind of water thinking that you're drinking water. You're simply drinking acid. And you cannot live long with this kind of water. That is why our aging process, Nigerians are dying. That is the truth. Now, excuse me. What I'm trying to do, excuse me. What I'm trying to do for you is not magic. Lasena water has been tested in University of Ibadan by Professor Adeleke. You can call University of Ibadan, Department of Pharmaceutical Microbiology. When you now, if you are acidic, excuse me, make sure that before you leave this place, it doesn't matter. You must buy 1 pack of Lasena water. And the one that is given to you, drink it and drink it well. It's already detoxifying you of acid poisons in your body. And if you are already acidic, for example, can I have your audience? Can you lift it up? Anyone that is already acidic and you begin to drink Lasena water is capable of detoxifying you of this acid and it will make you blue. That is why when people drink Lasena, they will tell you, my diabetes has gone down, my blood pressure is going down. Watch. So, the more you drink, the more it's capable of removing toxins, from your body. Yeah, it's not magic, but it is real. And I stand to be corrected. The big names in Nigeria, they are all drinking Lasena water. We've got a lot of them. If you actually want to live a healthy life,
yes.
Listen,
please.
The Bible says,
less
I'm
than
a Christian. The Bible says in the book of Genesis chapter 6 verse 3, for your days are 120 years. And I'm telling you that medically, you can live your 120 years if you control your mouth. You eat fresh fruits and vegetables, you eat lime, you eat lemon, they make you alkaline. When you eat chicken, you eat meat, all protein, they form an acidic ash into your body. You don't need them as an adult because you are finished growing. It is important that we stand on the ovation. Nigerians, before we can also be advocating of good governance, we need people to stay alive. Am I right?
Yes.
If everybody is dying, who are you going to govern? Our people that are politicians, they are dying on a daily basis. Do you know why? Because of the stress. When you are stressed up, glucagon, adrenaline, cortisol are being released. And it is the glucagon that is causing the diabetes. And adrenaline is causing the hypertension. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
In fact, my colleague just confirmed it too to me that yes, it's a good water.
Everything is a show to Nigerian youth.
Yes.
As you were doing that experiment,
yes,
they were just seeing Professor Pella doing magic. Anyway, to further buttress what she's saying, trust me, I'm not the ambassador. But then again, when I had high blood pressure issues, it was recommended and it really worked for me. So she's actually saying the truth. A round of applause for Lasena water. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, before we call on the NNPP candidates respectively, let me quickly recognize the National Youth Council of Nigeria. A round of applause for them, please. Build the youth. They don't know it. Also, let me quickly recognize the presence of Mr. Ademiluyi from Lagos State, representing Lagos State. Where are you, sir? Thank you so much. Can I quickly also call on the top table Comrade Tunde Okwade, Boot Party, or your state governor candidate? Please, a round of applause for him as he comes on the top table.
Comrade, you're welcome.
Comrade Tunde Okwade, where are you,
all
sir?
The way
please,
from your
to the
state,
top table.
Welcome, sir.
On the top table.
Come over to the high table.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, sir.
Yes, straight up to our assignments as it is now. Ladies and gentlemen, let's call Otumba Olanrewaju Jim Kamal as he comes forward, the NNPP candidate of Lagos State. Celebrate him, ladies and gentlemen, with a round of applause as he comes forward.
He's having 5 minutes to pitch his manifesto to us. So that's why we want him to be here, so that we will know what we are voting for. Comrades, you're welcome, sir. Oh,
Okay.
Take your time.
So once it's done, we'll be preparing to ask 1 or 2 questions.
And then do not forget that there will be question and answer time.
Yes.
We still have the privilege of asking questions to the representative of the Commissioner of Police. We have questions. You can start writing your questions down on a sheet of paper so we read them out to save us the time. So please thank you so much.
Members of the high table, please permit me to stand on the existing protocol. Sorry, I won't stand too long on the podium because I want to be close to you. I want you to see me and hear me well.
Yes.
Hello?
Yeah. Sorry. Because we are also streaming live.
My name is Olanrewaju Jim Kamal, simply. The governorship candidate of New Nigeria People's Party, NNPP, Lagos. Great Nigeria student. Great Nigeria student. I will not raise my voice on that because we've been hearing this year in, year out, long time ago. You can hear my voice that I am sad to say that in Nigeria today because they have not made youths of Nigeria or students of Nigeria great in any form. As I entered this place, I was sad seeing this structure still being like this since it was built. But we are out. New Nigeria People's Party, we are out to correct all these abnormalities. That is why you are just seeing us now. We have been planning, we have been working hard to making sure that we have credible candidates. Those who will come to the masses, tell them we are going to do this, and we are going to do it. Great Nigeria students. Great Nigeria students. Great, 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 great Nigeria student. I was one of you. I left University of Lagos some years back, and I did my master's in the US. I was very young, like you, when I was drafted into politics, at the age of 27. But before I go on to bring the message to you today from my mentor, my principal, my leader, Dr. Rabiu Musa Kwakwanso, the presidential candidate of New Nigeria People's Party. Please, let me greet my dear wife, the incoming First Lady of Lagos State by June. I'm doing this, Madam Doctor. My wife is one of your first, what do I call it? Is it not even customer? One of your first friends in this business. Last year, when we were in PDP, we were touring the whole state. I always drive around this Lagos to look for this water because she will not drink any water except if she sees Lasena. So please let us give Lasena people a round of applause. My wife really proved me wrong when I said, no, why are you talking of Lasena? What of other drinks? Madam, people like you, entrepreneurs like you, are one of the first people we are going to invite by June this year. We have to assist genuine entrepreneurs in Nigeria. As a matter of fact, NMPP is creating Ministry of Commerce and Entrepreneurship in Lagos State, amongst others. Madam, thank you very much. Today, I'm not here alone. I'm here with my colleague from Ogun State. We call him, in fact, the youngest governorship candidate in Nigeria today. Very vibrant, very energetic, and focused. All of you here can be like Ambassador Ajadi. Please, a round of applause for him. Yes, right on the business of today. Fellow Nigerian students, please, I want you to take your biro and pen and jot down what I'm going to say now today. What is today's date? What I'm going to say about women. That's why I'm here with my wife. If we don't do it, hold her responsible. But I'm very sure that she has fought seriously for women inside the four walls of our room. All what she fought me for, I'm going to expose it now. And if we don't do it, God forbid bad thing. Here I go. I will not continue this symposium today without my famous quotable quote, which is causing problem in Nigeria today, which brought people like us to come out and expose the truth that has been lacking in Nigeria for years back. Can I go ahead? The secret about secrecy is that there is no secret. Am I communicating? The secret about secrecy is that there is no secret. But the process of getting to knowing, are you writing? Because I'm going to explain this, and I will expect questions from you. Why I'm saying this is, we don't believe in historical tautology in NMPP. We believe in solution. We believe in Nigeria must grow. Because according to what my leader used to say, he said he doesn't want Nigerians to stone him and talk to us. I mean, he used to talk to us, governorship candidates. We are 28 now. He said he doesn't want Nigerians to stone us. And we know where we are coming from, where we are, and where we are going to. So let's go up. I'm coming again. The secret about secrecy is that there's no secret. But the process of getting to knowing that there's no secret, is so secretive that it becomes a secret. Can I repeat myself? The secret about secrecy is that there's no secret. But the process of getting to knowing that there's no secret is so secretive that it becomes a secret. What are the meanings for this? I will give you some meanings because it has so many meanings. One of the cogent meaning, just like politics we are in today, politics is the only discipline that doesn't have one definition. politics is the only discipline on earth that doesn't have one definition. So that is why all of us are interpreting it the way we like. And it's not working for us in Nigeria. But this time around, it's going to work. Because me, Olanrewaju Jim Kamal, I'm afraid of you people that are coming up. Technology has ignited a lot of things in you, which a right-thinking man, a right-thinking father must be up and doing. The famous meaning is that no matter how lies thrive on earth, no matter how lies thrive, one day truth will catch up with it. Politicians have been deceiving us long time ago, up to now, including myself. But I am one of those people that have been fighting in-house. I have had what I wanted in life. I started as a teacher. I taught in Lagos African Grammar School with Akwagege here. I work in oil company. I started my own. I work abroad. Today, I am the chairman of Niger Talk Consortium, having one of the biggest projects in Nigeria. But how is all these things impacting on Nigerians? All of us are just telling ourselves lies. But because people like us don't want the ship of this country to head to the rock, that's why we are out. Just yesterday, we are giving our flag in Ibadan. So I have to rush down to Lagos today to attend this symposium. When I land, my people like my friend, Barrister Femi Falana, whom we are aware of his fight against things like injustice in this country. If we start now to be talking about the injustices that have been meted on us, our fathers, our uncles, up to today, we will not live here today. But one day that truth comes out, lies will vanish. And the day is today. And as we are leaving this place, I want us to go out and spread the gospel we are going to hear today. We are here to know what we are going to do for a good governance. Lots of political parties, they have been coming, selling their manifestos, selling this, selling that. I am one of the people that left PDP May last year. As a matter of fact, I let 3 others out of PDP because of injustice, because of not doing things right. I have been in politics since 1988 as a young guy. I contested against Alhaji Jakonde's candidate in this old Ikeja local government. They come and beg us, our fathers, please leave it for us. All of us did not consider today. And that's why all of us are running up and down, Kuluba, Kuluba. In Ibadan yesterday, after the flag off, I don't know whether they bundled me out or whether I disappeared when I saw guys outside. Started splashing cars. If you see their eyes like this. Always we say God will help us. But are we helping ourselves? The answer is no. But why I'm here today is to tell you what NMPP is going to do differently. NMPP is full of competent Nigerians. The least we have in our governorship candidates has masters. Professor, you will soon be seeing us. Professors, PhDs, and so on. And we are being led by Dr. Rabiu Musa Kwakwanso, a man full of integrity, very sagacious, and very tolerant. Engineer Rabiu Musa Kwakwanso is a water engineer. He schooled in Nigeria and schooled in the US and London. Oh, you are not even clapping for me. It's like you don't like NMPP. Yes, it's very difficult to change. Because what you know in Nigeria is, when they say there is election, well, the next thing you ask, is there money there? We have been collecting the money up to now. This is where we still find ourselves. So now, please, let us listen to this genuine change, not that change. What are we going to do differently? Great Nigerian students. Great Nigerian students. I'm aware of what each and every one of you is paying to enter this place. I know what you are paying when you are in the secondary school. That is why my principal came up with his fundamental agenda for Nigeria, in which I called my own. My colleague, who has just left, he went to Abeokuta to attend the NLC program, called his own. All of us. What I am going to do in Lagos, what NMPP is going to do in Lagos, is all I want to tell you now, which I called 5 fundamental agenda. Please sit down. Listen to us too. Even if you have listened to others that have come, listen to us. When you get back to your house, check out. We are not here to be talking like those who have been talking. No. All of us, we have made what we want to make in life.
Hello.
We are out to work for Nigerian youth. And that's why we always say, whatever we tell you today, if we don't do it, please check us out. 1, have I given you the topic? 5 fundamental agenda of NMPP in Lagos. Number 1, automated free e-education at all levels. Automated free e-education at all levels. What I'm going to say now is for good governance. What do I mean by that? Apart from education will be free in Lagos at all levels, it's going to be digitalized. There must be an enabling environment for education in Nigeria. I have schooled here, I have schooled in the US, I know the difference. But when we are in school, in Unilag, there are rooms that you can read your books inside an air conditioner. We are in this hall now. As I am here, I'm sweating, but I like it because I'm in the presence of my people. Education is going to be digitalized. Number 2, automated free health services at all levels. You are aware of our doctors, brain drain, getting and checking out of this country always. But how many of our doctors that have the courage to come down to this country, to join hands with right-minded people to salvage this country? Madam, thank you very much. God bless you and your family. We are going to work with people like you. My Lagos does not discriminate. In NNPP, we don't discriminate. You are from here, we are from, we are not going to work in relation to ethnicity or religion. Yes, even though I am from the source of Lagos, I'm from Isheri here, Isheri Oke. This is where Lagos State started from. I was born and bred in Isheri Oke here. But all we are hearing, we use that as gimmick to check out those who are disturbing us in Lagos. That we don't want non-Lagosian to rule us again. Just because of what they have done for us. Siphoning our money out of Lagos all the time. So that is tomorrow. But what we are here for today, what are we going to do for Nigerians and Lagosians? Because NNPP is out for issues. We are not interested in playing politics. We are out for issues. And issues, nothing but issues. Let whoever that is spending billions, let them be spending it. Money will be ashamed in the next election. I can bet anybody. Money will be ashamed. In NNPP, we don't have governors. We don't have money bags. But we have our instinct. We have our God. And we are coming out to do the right thing, irrespective of anything. Number 3. Infrastructural facilities to be developed into international standards. I repeat myself. Infrastructural facilities to be developed into international standards. This is my area, and I'm going to talk extensively on it because I am a development expert. As I'm talking to you today, my consortium has designed PPP road for Nigeria. All federal roads must develop to international standard. 5 lanes here, 5 lanes there. With toll gate and small money. Not the one they are doing there, that they are killing our youth. In Lagos, all state roads must be reconstructed with drainages. And we are not going to construct during the day. We are going to construct our roads in the night. So we are going to inconvenience Lagosians small. Every working place must close at 4. Because roads will be closed at 6 and open 6 a.m. the following day, just for reconstruction. Structures, government structures in Lagos must be redesigned and refurbished. I was in Ekpe. Ekpe local government alone has 2 universities. Go in there and see the dilapidation that is going on there. Ikorodu has 1 university. Lagos State Polytechnic that was established at Yanostolo long time ago. Nothing to speak about. What I'm telling you now is, all this, we have the technological know-how right now in Nigeria. Bam, we are sworn in. We swing into action. I want to expect a question from you after I might have highlighted my programs. Number 4, social security, women emancipation, and youth empowerment. That is where I'm coming to now. That please hold my wife responsible. Even if I still want to forget. I know her. She is the iron lady of my house. She will not agree. Social Security. Any old person that is 60 in any home in Lagos State. As a matter of fact, we are not going to provide social security. We are going to secure Lagos in consonance with the security agents of Lagos State and the federal, like police. What do I mean by that? All entrances and exits in Lagos will be policed. My presidential candidate said it that he was going to employ 1 million policemen and women more once he's sworn in. That we will reciprocate in Lagos. Anybody that is 60 in any home must be collecting between 30 and 50,000 every month. Once you are 60 in any home, this is where we need the services of health officers, doctors. I have told many Lagosians that please, once you hear that Lanre Jim Kamal is declared as the governor of Lagos State, please take the next available flight and come to Lagos. We are going to employ them according to their capacity. Where my wife comes in is this. Before we started this journey, when I told her, she said, she woke me up in the night. She said, "Mister, you said you want to go and contest again. After all this money you have been spending." I said, "Madam, I know my people. They are worries. Yes, I am an Awori son. All these places before, when we are growing up, was bush. When we are going for Salah in Isheri here, they will drop us in Agege. We have to trek from Agege there to Isheri." She now said, she doesn't have problem you contesting or going there. But you will promise me something that you must do. You Google know me. Once you promise me something, I will collect it. I said, what if I don't promise you? She said she doesn't want to hear that. What is it, madam? She said, you will guarantee me 35% affirmative action for women in Lagos State. And that has been given to her free. Again, the good news there is this. I was campaigning in Epe because I went to the grassroots. If I have not had my number, in politics you have your number in your pocket before you go for the election. I was campaigning. The women that came out to me so impressed me that I said I was going to add 5% more to 35, which means once we are sworn in, if we are having 100 members of my cabinet, 40% will go to women. You are not hearing me? 40% will go to women. Women is like you don't like yourself. Also, 40% will go to youth. Also, 20% will go to youth. The remaining 20% for our papas and our mamas. We don't have business with that. And we must not poke nose into it. Yes. How am I going to employ Lagos youth? We have realized that drastic measure must be taken immediately to alleviate poverty in Lagos. Hence, my dear students, once we hear the NMPP has been declared the winner of governorship election in Lagos State, which is going to happen, it will surprise Nigerians. It will be the miracle of the century. It's not because I am the governorship candidate of Lagos.
Hello.
It's not because I'm carrying their flag. It's going to happen. Please, I'm enjoying you. Carry this message out as you are living here. I want all of you to go to your local government, various local governments. A register will be open for you. Already, I will give directive to that. Because within 3 months, I'm going to dissolve all the local government council. To give room for all these things. There will be no lacuna on anything. Go there, write your name. Are you with me? Madam, you are doing another meeting there. Oh. It's like you don't like, whether you belong to PDP or APC, I'm not campaigning here, please. Go and write your name. Write your phone number. Write your address.
Yes.
Write your address and your word.
Yes.
Wait now. We know what you are saying. Then you put your account number there. Hello. All unemployed youth in Lagos will be given between 30 and 50,000. Wait. Unemployed youth.
Please, let's listen.
Then we will synergize with all the companies in Lagos, whereby we will tell them we will be sending names of those who are unemployed to them at our expense, Lagos State government. But they must employ you. That is the only solution that we can resolve this thing. Nothing else. Hello? Once you are given a job and you are on the list of those who are collecting that money, we will remove your name for another person to come in. All these things must be done in 6 months. 6 months, quote me. I was born and bred in this state. I know what I'm talking about. I'm not from Iragbiji or in Kutiwenji.
Yes.
I was born an Awori boy, yes. Home and abroad. Yes. I know what I'm talking about. I did my primary school in Lagos, Tinubu Methodist School in Lagos. I was born in Surulere, a native of Isheri. I did my secondary school.
Hold on, sorry.
And this in Anwar Islam here. I went to University of Lagos, so I know what I'm talking about. I'm not talking, all what I've told you is here. It has been documented, and I know how to implement it. Finally, restructuring will start from Lagos. We are going to restructure everything. Students' welfare. All tertiary institutions in Lagos must be reactivated and must be accommodating. Yes. What am I saying? All tertiary institutions, they must be residential. Here, whether we are going to relocate you or we are going to do something to upgrade all these buildings, we will do it. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for giving me this opportunity today. All we are saying for good governance. But please, this thing will not be possible if we don't have our PVC. Get your PVC and vote wisely. I am not here to sugarcoat mouth for you. I am telling you the reality. We have passed through hell in this country.
Yes, and there must be a change.
Lagos. God bless you.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Otumba Olaniwaju Jim Kamal. Yes, you can have your seat, sir. So, you ask question. If there's question, we are going to ask you.
Good afternoon, everybody. I greet the members of the high table. We thank God for this gathering. My name is Comrade Tunde Adeyemi Okunade, not Okunade, Okunade. I'm a governorship candidate for both party or your state.
Please, audience, please. I will not say much because the past speakers have said most of what we have come here to listen to. Comrade Kende Adeoye is there. He has spoken to us on the need for good governance. Please, I want to ask one question. Do we need good governance? We need good governance. What have you been doing to make sure that we attain good governance in Nigeria? As a person, you see, as you are looking at me, when I answer radio interview, when I grant a radio interview in Ibadan, I say politician. They say, are you a politician? I say, no, I'm not a politician. But when you call me a politician, we accept because of the position I'm aspiring for.
Hello, one now. Let's listen to him.
I am a rights activist. In actual fact, I've not been a card-carrying member of any party in Nigeria in my life. I joined this party last year, April 2022. And the reason why I joined the party is that since my university days, we have been shouting behind the fence, we need good governance, we need good governance, we need good governance. And nothing has been done so far. That is the reason somebody like me came up and said, let me contest. And actually, let us, audience please, let us go back to 1999 when transition program came up again in Nigeria.
Hello.
In Nigeria. 1999 to 2023, we have 24 years. Unfortunately, many of the youth I'm looking here, they are just maybe above 24 years or below 24 years. That means all of you have not experienced any good governance in Nigeria. That is the fact. Things are going backward when it comes to politics in Nigeria, when it comes to governance in Nigeria. Please, I will employ you. One of the speakers here said, how many people has their PVC here? We have scanty number of people that has it here. There is a civil responsibility that you have to do if you need good governance.
One house.
Hello?
One house.
Please.
Let's be together, please.
Great Nigerian students. Great Nigerian students. Dynamic Nigerian students. You see, I am one of you before. This great thing started from my university, Obafemi Awolowo University. Please, I will employ you to try as much as possible to contribute to the factors that can lead to good governance in Nigeria. And how do you do it? Join political parties as young as you are. Join pressure groups. Different pressure groups. You cannot be shouting at the back of the fence. If you are complaining, there's no this, there's no that, this is and that, you have to be part of the system before you can transform the system. That is my message for all of you. And students here are journalists. I am an engineer. I read civil engineering. You people are very close to public affairs than myself. And if somebody like me can go into politics right from the university state up to now, and you people are just caring of coming into politics and pressure group, is something I think you need a change of mind. You need a change of attitude. Because I always tell, during my primaries in June last year, I said everybody here knows how old he or she is. Please, 1999 to 2023, we have 24 years. Please, deduct 24 years out of your age. Let us see what is the remaining. And if we say, okay, let's leave them and let them do it as they have been doing it, for the next 24 years, Add 24 years to your age. Look at what will be your age by the next 24 years. Do we want to waste the next 24 years?
No.
Please, let us be an insider to reform this country, to make sure that governance in this country is better than before. So I implore you once again, get your PVC, vote wisely, and be a member of one political party or the other. Be a member of pressure group. Criticize what they are doing that is not good. That is my message. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kande. Thank you so much. And we've heard from him his plans and his yearning just to ensure good governance. And that's the reason. That's why everybody's asking us one by one, do we have our PVC? Because it's very, very important. It's not about ranting and shouting behind without you making efforts. So what will give you that privilege is your PVC. So please, let's make sure we go out there and vote, and let's listen so that we can learn from them. Now, before I call the next candidate to come up with his manifesto, I'll employ the presence of the Deputy Provost of the Nigerian Institute of Journalism, Dr. Dele Omoji Igbe, to just come on the podium to share his view about what good governance is all about. Because somebody said just beside me now that is relative. I laughed. I said, no problem. Then we'll look at it from the left, the right, the front, and the back. Then we'll decide. Because the rule of law must come to play. So, Doctor, we're pleased to welcome you, sir. So, as we are preparing our questions, please, the next person will come, then we'll ask question and we'll round off by the grace of God. Thank you for your patience. We appreciate that.
All protocol duly accept. Greetings, everyone. Well, I am supposed to be just a listener here. I came to listen. But he came there to hijack me to say something from the academic point of view. We are looking at good governance. There is nothing good that comes by chance. You don't achieve anything important by wishing it. You can wish, but that wish has to be translated to reality by working for the wish. There is hardly anything to talk about academically when we talk about good governance. I would only like to look at the topic from the angle of journalism here, because this is an institute of journalism. What is your role as a journalist to ensure that there is good governance? Are we up to it? Are journalists up to the challenges? Are Nigerian journalists, for example, living up to standard? I have always said it, that the development we have today is an unfortunate one. Because we are expected, we are supposed to be the watchdogs of society. But we are now lapdogs. How many of us are asking questions as journalists? How many journalists are asking the right questions? How many people are even asking questions at all? The people you are supposed to be asking questions are the people you are following about. I have said it many times that if you want to join politics, join politics and leave journalism. The moment you join politics, we know that you are a politician. But you can't claim to be a journalist and still be a politician. You are messing up the whole thing. And you are making the job of teaching difficult for us, those of us in the classroom. So we look at it from the angle of your responsibility as a journalist in Nigeria today. How responsible do you think you are? How well are you contributing to the promotion of good governance in Nigeria? Are you doing the right thing as a journalist? Are you taking people to account? Are you asking questions? Are you ready to go for investigation? Are you sure that as a journalist, if you try to investigate, you won't even be the person to be investigated because of your own corrupt attitude? These are the issues. So there is nothing academic about this, except that the moment you call yourself a journalist, from the academic point of view, you should be ready to take people that want to contest elections to account. Ask them questions. What are you going to do when you get there? Then you investigate their backgrounds. Anybody can talk. Talk is cheap. We are not talking about talking. We are talking about achieving. How serious are they? How serious are they? Have you checked their pasts? Have you checked what they are doing? Unfortunately, you people have become claptraps. You are clapping for everyone. This one comes, you clap. That one comes, you clap. We are not asking you to clap as journalists. We are asking you to ask them questions to make Nigeria better for you and for me. Thank you very much. That's my say. God bless.
We're here. And that's the reason. That's why everybody's asking us one by one, do we have our PVC? Because it's very, very important. It's not about ranting and shouting behind without you making efforts. So what will give you that privilege is your PVC. So please, let's make sure we go out there and vote. And let's listen so that we can learn from them. Now, before I call the next candidate to come up with his manifesto, I'll employ the presence of the Deputy Provost of the Nigerian Institute of Journalism, Dr. Dele Omoji, to just come on the podium to share his view about what good governance is all about. Because somebody said just beside me now that is relative. I laughed. I said, no problem. Then we'll look at it from the left, the right, the front, and the back. Then we'll decide. Because the rule of law must come to play. So, Doctor, we're pleased to welcome you, sir. So as we are preparing our questions, please, the next person will come, then we ask question and we round off by the grace of God. Thank you for your patience. We appreciate that.
All protocol duly accept. Greetings, everyone. Well, I am supposed to be just a listener here. I came to listen. But he came there to hijack me to say something from the academic point of view. We are looking at good governance. There is nothing good that comes by chance. You don't achieve anything important by wishing it. You can wish, but that wish has to be translated to reality by working for the wish. There is hardly anything to talk about academically when we talk about good governance. I would only like to look at the topic from the angle of journalism here, because this is an institute of journalism. What is your role as a journalist to ensure that there is good governance? Are we up to it? Are journalists up to the challenges? Are Nigerian journalists, for example, living up to standard? I have always said it, that the development we have today is an unfortunate one. Because we are expected, we are supposed to be the watchdogs of society. But we are now lapdogs. How many of us are asking questions as journalists? How many journalists are asking the right questions? How many people are even asking questions at all? The people you are supposed to be asking questions are the people you are following about. I have said it many times that if you want to join politics, join politics and leave journalism. The moment you join politics, we know that you are a politician. But you can't claim to be a journalist and still be a politician. You are messing up the whole thing. And you are making the job of teaching difficult for us, those of us in the classroom. So we look at it from the angle of your responsibility as a journalist in Nigeria today. How responsible do you think you are? How well are you contributing to the promotion of good governance in Nigeria? Are you doing the right thing as a journalist? Are you taking people to account? Are you asking questions? Are you ready to go for investigation? Are you sure that as a journalist, if you try to investigate, you won't even be the person to be investigated because of your own corrupt attitude? These are the issues. So there is nothing academic about this, except that the moment you call yourself a journalist, from the academic point of view, you should be ready to take people that want to contest elections to account. Ask them questions. What are you going to do when you get there? Then you investigate their backgrounds. Anybody can talk. Talk is cheap. We are not talking about talking. We are talking about achieving. How serious are they? How serious are they? Have you checked their pasts? Have you checked what they are doing? Unfortunately, you people have become claptraps. You are clapping for everyone. This one comes, you clap. That one comes, you clap. We are not asking you to clap as journalists. We are asking you to ask them questions to make Nigeria better for you and for me. Thank you very much. That's my say. God bless.
Question time. Do you have any question that I want to ask? Okay. Because we need to censor your question. So can you just come up? That's why I said I mandated it. Put it down here. So please, you need to write it down. As we are doing that, you must write it down. You can't just come over here and do that. Even in our constitution, there is always check and balances. There is not in section 39, subsection 2A, does not give room for absolute freedom. No. There is always check and balance. So put it down, black and white. Okay, come over. So that we can look at it before we ask it. So that we will not embarrass anybody, please. We are here to learn, and we are here to let them know that they must embrace good governance. Okay. Oh. This question, I hope I'm seeing the writing very well. Why is it difficult? Are we together? Why is it difficult to remove a non-performing elected chief executive, e.g., like the president and governors, despite provisions for impeachment in Nigerian constitution? Why is it difficult? Why is it difficult to remove someone who is not performing absolutely well or as expected? And despite the fact that it is clearly stated that there is an impeachment provision in our 1999 constitution. So I'll beseech the help of NNPP gubernatorial candidates to help us out with this question.
Constitutional provisions have been put in place. So who caused? We politicians do. And then it was clearly specified in that electoral act. The the integrity and the status of each candidate must be stated in the thing. So that when they were elected, it will be difficult to even buy them. Stopping them from removing or performing as chief executive. You have the right to recall that man.
Yes.
That is just the difference there now. I told you now that you should write your name, write your phone number, your word. You thought I forgot your account number. No, that word means a lot. Any candidate must come out from a ward. What you will just do is 2 or 3 members of that ward, if they are dissatisfied with the activities of that chief executive, you can write petition. Are you hearing me? You can write petition, and that petition will be upheld. I was advised to write petition against INEC. In this election, in this preparation, INEC that my assembly members were not allowed. I mean, their names were not allowed to be put in the portal. And they said I should go to court. We went to court, and we were restored. So please, don't listen to what they have been telling you in the past. Yeah, this is a new beginning. This is a new Nigeria. Yes. New Nigeria is possible. Thank you very much,
Comrade. And also, Comrade Kehinde Adeoye, what do you have to say to that? Because it's clearly stated. And then that one will lead us to the second question. What you can answer this?
Greatest Nigerian student.
Sorry, Comrade Ajadi, if you are around, please come to the stage. Okay.
Yes, in addition to what we have had, the question is, why is it difficult to remove an elected person that is not performing? Now, we all know that for an executive position, a sitting governor or president can be removed, can be impeached. That's what, just like you said, just an addition I want to make. And it has happened before in Nigeria. In the Second Republic, the elected governor of Kaduna State, Alhaji Balarabe Musa, was impeached by the Kaduna State House of Assembly. So the legislator has a duty to impeach the governor if he has gone against the constitution. And then the question now is, for a legislator who has not performed, who can now remove the person? So if the legislators to third can remove the governor, who can remove the legislator? It is with the masses. Yes, it is you. There's a provision. Yes. There's a provision in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria that any legislator that is not performing, it requires only 2/3 of members of that constituency. Right to the Speaker, and then the process of recalling, that's the language, like I said, of recalling that non-performing legislator will begin. It once happened to my local government, Amuodopi. I was the General Secretary of Personal Care Resident Association. And the person was elected as a member of the Lagos State House of Assembly because he thought that somebody nominated him and that he is not owing us anything. The resident association, we wrote to the Speaker of the Lagos State House of Assembly that we want that honorable member who has become the honorable to be recalled. We had meeting, we wrote to him, come and explain to us what you are doing at the assembly. He didn't come. But when we now made that move and we wrote to the Speaker, you are going to this section of the position they have cited. The next meeting, he ran to us at the meeting and started begging. And just because it was towards the end of the term, they said, okay, let us name this person. Then we told the party, don't represent this candidate. They said, no, it's not money. Okay, to show that power really belongs to us. We campaigned against that person and that person lost. To show that power really belongs to the masses. And that is why in the human rights language we always say that masses lọ́wọ́ wa ló wà o, masses lọ́wọ́ wa ló wà o, gbogbo agbára gómìnà kò sí lọ́wọ́ nígbà. Gbogbo agbára máa sì lọ́wọ́ wa ló wà.
Yes. So we need to believe that and stand on that protocol that yes, all this power belongs to us because and what will help that power for us to be able to exercise it is by having our PVC. We need to go and do that. Without that, we are just talking. We won't be able to materialize the reason or the essence of that power. So leading us to the second question is how do you intend? It's going to the NNPP and other gubernatorial candidates here. How do you intend to solve Togri issue in Lagos State? This motor park management board. How do you intend to go about that? How do you intend doing that? Then another question also, just to ask you, so that start processing it on the issue of the e-education. How do you intend to solve the lacking funding in our educational sector? These are the two questions.
Thank you very much. Sorry, I have to take indulgence to ask you to read down the questions and I'll answer them all. Because everything we are talking here.
One house to ask questions,
hello,
please.
Everything we are talking here still falls out on funding. I thank that person that wrote that question. Because during my speech, I cleverly skipped that area.
Listen, please, one house.
I wanted to run them again to tell you that this is how we are going to fund all this project. Everything that you wrote, everything that you wrote, Lagos State can fund it without borrowing 1 naira. Hello? Lagos State is competent to fund all these projects, which are up to about multi-billion dollars projects that cross across board. Is it education? Is it health? Is it infrastructure? Not only physical infrastructure alone. How do we fund that? Like education. Where do we put UNESCO? There are lots of aids for Lagos State from all these international donors. But they cannot access it because of lack of integrity, lack of sincerity of purpose of the leadership. And that is what NNPP is bringing on the table. As I'm talking to you, I know the number of commissioners I want to have. Like in education, after the substantial commissioner of education, we are going to have 3 other deputy commissioners in charge of education, one representing each senatorial district in Lagos State. Ditto to health, deputy commissioners of health, representing 3 states. USA, international financial system, all our aids. We are not going to take loans. We are not going to borrow money. They are there, running into billions of dollars in this country. But for you, we don't release $1 for you. If you are not sure, then they know that you are not sure of what you want to do. Secondly, the one that belongs to us. There's one thing we call, see, I believe I'm in the presence of intellectuals, journalists. You are the ones that expose so many things. And I'm opening up for you today because we are both coming up. This country must grow. Lagos must excel. I repeat, Lagos must excel. There's one thing we have in Lagos here. We call it Ibile Holdings Fund. Ibile Holdings Fund. Why I'm saying this here today is because of our late leader that established this school, late Alhaji Lateef Jakonde. He started that fund during UPM days. As I'm talking to you today, the fund is over 40 trillion naira belonging to Lagos State government. But the problem they've been having is assessing the fund because of the condition put there. That is where integrity comes in. 3 people must sign. 1, sitting president of Nigeria. 2, sitting governor of Lagos State. 3, sitting governor of Central Bank. So that's why it's been difficult to assess that fund. And that's why all these things we know that we have brought to bear in our party and MPP. To know the type of caliber of people we pick. Not to be throwing money about, but to have good structure on the ground. To be able to access this fund and make life bearable for negotiation. As for security, I said it in my speech. I said, I am going to police Lagos. Sorry, my friend has come. I am going to police Lagos by establishing gates, security gates in all the exits and entrances of Lagos. Security gate with the CCTV to monitor anybody coming in with fishy activities. But in life or in security, you don't expose your weapons to your enemy. By the grace of God, you will see what we will do. Thank you very much.
Now before I release you, sir, you have another question? Then I can then release you. This question says, what structure does your party have on ground to achieve free education from a state that has been ruled by a particular party for over 20 years? So what do you think you can do within a short of 4 years?
Thank you very much.
To achieve this?
The structure, first, the structure we are going to use, it is you, the masses. 2, as I'm talking to you now, NMPP is the only political party in Lagos that has all electable structures across board in this election. We have our 40 members contesting for the state assemblies. We have our 24 members contesting for House of Rep, and we have our 3 members candidates contesting for Senate. I told you it has taken us this time because we don't want to make our state assembly a jamboree. We don't want a feeble-minded person to come and represent us in Abuja. I have been in Abuja since January 10, 2000. I've been doing my business. I've been very close to the corridor of power. We know what's happened there, what is happening there. That place stinks. And we are going to correct it. Those structures we are going to use for all these things have been earmarked in what my president candidate called his blueprint. By the grace of God, God's willing, February 25, please give us your vote. I am begging you.
Thank you.
Give us your vote.
Thank you.
And in March 11, vote for your brother, your friend, Olanrewaju Jim Kamal.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
For the governor of Lagos State.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Also, I want to use this medium to also welcome the Special Advisor, Organizational Planning and Strategy for Labour Party, Oluwasanmi Olamide. Am I correct? The Special Advisor, thank you so much. And now we're welcoming you with a question because we don't know whether your party also is nursing the same ambition in that direction of how to rejuvenate educational system in Lagos State. So we'll be pleased if also you can have 1 or 2 things to say in less than 5 minutes on that. And this question is going to Lasena. Lasena, because you won people's hearts. Some, those who are not aware of the WhatsApp. Let's appreciate the presence of as he's traveling out of Lagos for another airport again. Safe journey, sir. So, Lasena, this question goes to you. Why the water not available and accessible to lower classes? Is there a class? Are you saying that the middle class do not have access, they can't afford it, or what are you preaching? So, in 120 seconds, we want you to do justice to that question. Why is your water not available and accessible to lower class? What the person meant by lower classes? Lower class, I did not understand. Because I'm a first class.
Okay, our water is actually available for everybody. We have it in dispenser jars, 20 liters. You can buy that for 1,500 anywhere in Lagos. Dispenser jar, 20.5 liters. It's just 1,500 naira. Our pack is 2,500 naira. The reason why our water is expensive is because the 12 minerals in our water cannot be put in anyhow plastic. Most of those water companies use anyhow plastic. Our plastic is high density polyethylene, and we must use a quality plastic that is BPA free to put this type of water that contains this copper, zinc, and other minerals. And you can come to Isheri, where our office is, and then we throw a pipe outside the office where you can fetch our water free of charge. Thank you.
Okay, so from the horse's mouth. So it's meant for everybody. It's not your pockets that will talk. Do you understand?
Let's quickly recognize the presence of Barrister Sylvester Mpong. I hope you pronounce that right. I think I don't cut my tongue.
You don't massacre it.
Thank you so much, sir, for coming.
Thank you so much.
Quickly, ladies and gentlemen, let's invite the special advisor, organizational planning and strategy, Mr. Oluwasomi Mdawale, to tell us what strategy the party has taken the news.
In 5 minutes.
Thank you so much.
Question will follow up. Then we'll run the program on. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody.
Vex, we don't give you mic.
Good afternoon. I'm standing on the existing protocol. My name is Oluwasomi, Special Advisor, Governorship Aspirant. My name is Oluwasomi, Special Advisor, National Planning Strategy. His Excellency E. Valuable growth Bible. I have a goodwill message from Mr. Michael. I was unable to attend because he's on an interview at Silverbird. I'm Silverbird Business. I also have greetings from you from His Excellency Mr. Peter Obi. Sends his greetings to you. Says that all is well. Thank you. Yes. For us at Labour Party, when we talk about education, education is a cornerstone of every nation. Education is a cornerstone because education is the basis where there is growth in our national life. We are looking at education from a different perspective of what it has been the trend for well over a quarter of a decade. His Excellency to be Mr. Radical Rosmaibo, in his Sunday interview, he made it sufficiently clear his roadmap on how he wants to tackle education. And he did say that if you look at the educational sector, particularly in Lagos State, 14% of primary schools and 25% in secondary schools are not equitably distributed. We have about 2 million children out of school. And in certain areas, we know that it's all locations in Lagos State, but they make particular reference to areas in Nigeria and Ogumaiko area, where we have tens of thousands of youths roaming the streets. The question is, how do we tackle this menace? It's a perennial problem. It's a real perennial problem. We say there is no fund, but if you look at the budget for education, how much is being set aside for education, both primary, secondary, and tertiary institutions? I think the press will do that by giving us the real information about the budget. Now, what we have as planned, number one, we are looking at incorporating digital mode of education. Because from the youth, we find out that even we have Montessori in some of the nursery schools, but these Montessori teachings are not even incorporated in public schools. Why? So you find out that there are, differentials in terms of qualities of education between those who are in private schools and in public schools. So we would not want to go into that route at all. We want to synchronize what is happening in private schools and in public schools. So we are looking into having a robust educational plan for the educational sector. We are also going to review the present educational curriculum, whereby we want to ensure that the teaching staff are well updated in modern teaching curriculum, so that they will be at the best standards in the world. They will have all the basic necessary skills that can impart the young ones. These are what Mr. Badibon intends to achieve. Then we also want to have we are looking in terms of the welfare of the primary caregivers, because you look at the mothers that bring up these children, they wake up in the morning, it's a burden to them because you have your children, so they go through all kinds of burdens to ensure that they take the children to school. To those who are taking them to kindergarten, trenches, and the rest. So we are looking into welfare of these the caregivers, the primary caregivers, those are the mothers. Then we will also want to look in terms of the funding and what constitutes in our tertiary institutions like colleges of education and the university. We look into what constitutes the pain, the crisis that they face, not only in terms of bursaries or in terms of the school fees, but in terms of their infrastructures, so that we know that these schools, the tertiary institutions, the colleges of education, the university, that is Lagos State University, and other vocational skills acquisitions, are not only well funded, but they have the necessary basic infrastructure for good learning. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. A round of applause for
Comrade Oluwas on me, Olamide, Special Advisor on National Planning and Strategy for Labour Party, who came and spoke about the manifestation that the candidate of Labour Party in Lagos State is had for us. Hope that all this, once he come in and state that the governor of Lagos State come March 11th, then he's supposed to ensure that all these plans are carried out. Thank you very much, Abi. You go and have a seat. Thank you so much. And I want to thank you, everybody, for your presence. I appreciate your presence. We've learned one thing or the other. I'm very sure of that. We've learned one thing or the other, and we heard from all of them. There was a particular common message that says, ensure you go and do what? And do what? So before we wrap up, I want to call on Oluwayomi Tegede to provide the thanksgiving message, just to appreciate our presence. She will come on board in 120 seconds to appreciate our efforts.
Thank you, sir. Great Nigerian students. Ever articulate Nigerian students. Great of the greatest Nigerian students. I really want to appreciate you all. I really thank you for being there, for me, for us. It's all about us. It is societal concern. And for the fact that you are here, it really makes this event so colorful. And also to the Commissioner of Police, the representative of Commissioner of Police, the Assistant Commissioner of Police, to the Deputy Non-Essential, the Vice, the Provost, the Deputy Provost, all of our media houses. I really want to say thank you so much for being part of this program today. All of the organizations, I really want to say thank you. National Youth Council of Nigeria, the War Against Indiscipline, the CAC, the Royal Shepherd organization. I really want to say thank you. I've been encouraged here that even for the fact that we are clamoring for good governance. Good governance begins with me, it begins with you. By taking to our civil rights, definitely we'll be doing it right. Nigerian FL, clear for good governance. This is the topic, this is the good thing, and I'm so sure that we all have a message and we are all awakening to what we are supposed to do. We just have to go back home and make use of what we have been taught here. Also to Lasena Water, thank you for being part of this program. We love you, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. PENRADIO, we are very places. Thank you so much. Sir, thank you, really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you everybody, especially the media. We appreciate your presence. Thank you so much. Can we be on our feet? Can we all stand up? Thank you everybody, ND students, thank you so much. And from the ND classes to the HND and the postgraduates, we are very grateful. But before we go,
Nigeria Bar Association, Barrister Sylvester, thank you so much. I take apology for your name. And from all other parties that are represented here, I say thank you so much. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you. I will be on our feet to start the second stanza of the national anthem. Okay, the first one. Yes. Can you let's allow the DJ to give us the instrument. something. Stay together forever. One Nigeria, one nation. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Let's remember, go out and vote. It's quite very important. Vote.